Can you still see me when I'm doing this?
Yeah,
Okay, good. Because I'm looking at other shit on my computer.
yeah. Welcome back, everyone. It's February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day, buzzards.
Yeah, buzzards. Hopefully you did right by your SO.
We're
I know
back.
I did.
The Outsiders podcast. We're off the bench and into the fray.
Ooh.
This is your unofficial tangential dive into sports with laughs included. So what do we
Emphasis on the Chiefs and K-State sports, but we'll probably talk about Tom Brady at some point this evening.
correct. Correct. Yeah, and a few other 49ers players maybe, but
Yeah,
let's start off with the Kansas City Chiefs win, second straight Super Bowl, back to back.
man,
Now the road to three straight. That's
it's
what
just
some of you are saying.
it's just like, do they get any more entertaining? Every time you watch a Chiefs playoff game, especially when all the chips are on the line, you think, can it get any more entertaining? Did it get any more entertaining than last year's Super Bowl? And the answer is yeah, it did.
This
Yeah, it did. I
last year's
mean,
was a field goal to win it, which was, for some people thought that was lame outside of Kansas City fans. Yeah, they're like, oh, it's a lame way to end it. Okay, well, that's how a lot of games are decided.
that's pretty much
Field goals.
that's pretty much, 50% of playoff games are decided by three, probably more than that. I don't know the stat. That's why I'm unofficial off the bench
Yeah,
and into the fray.
yeah.
I mean, what a game though. Couple talking points. First off, hats off to Spags. Crazy.
Bags we
I mean,
trust.
physical, uh just dialing up the zero blitz exactly when he needed to, when we needed to play. Third down, you gotta have it. He zero blitzes, one time McDuffie. I think one time Chris Jones just went unblocked.
Mm-hmm.
Um Speaking of McDuffie, there was a perfect ball thrown to the end zone. He just unbelievably defended, just broken up. Um, it was one of those no team felt like they could get anything going, especially
It's
especially
a
early.
defensive battle. It was insane.
Yeah. I mean, they come out, they start marching down the field. I'm like, holy shit, we're gonna get fucking smoked here. And then McCaffrey fumbles. And you're like, all right, the tides have changed. And then we three and out. Uh, just every time there was a pivotal swing of emotion, it was just immediately squashed by the other team. It's like
So
we
many
get the
three and
fumble.
outs. I
What?
just feel I just feel like we had so many three and outs. It was
I felt like we got outplayed, to be honest with you, until it like mattered. Until it's like,
right.
it's time. It's time to play now or never. And that's when Pat Mahomes just like, give me the ball. You
Yeah.
know, I thought maybe going into half they could get that touchdown. The clock winded down on them, and it just reminded me. I think they mentioned it on the Outsiders today. It did remind me in real time um, when we played Cincinnati in the AFC Championship, and we were going
Mm-hmm.
half, and we didn't get any points because we were so gung ho about getting the touchdown.
Right.
Andy Reid sort of pulls it back on the back stretch, like, whoa, Bessie, whoa. We just get our three and get out.
True. He learned from that crucial mistake. I remember that. He got
Yeah.
so much shit for it, but that's one of those situations where you get the touchdown, you're a genius. You don't, you're a fucking asshole.
We all want to kill you,
there's no gray area
including
for those
Travis Kelsey at
decisions.
that point, who was
There's no
bitching
gray
about not
area.
being in the game. It's like, well, you're not in the game because you caught one pass for no yards, -3 yards.
Tony.
You
Oh
know,
man.
it was just a slap fight. It was something happens to our end, they squash it. Something, happens to their end, and we come out and respond. Um, it's so upsetting getting down to the goal line and the fucking werewolf fumbling. That doesn't happen. Hardly
I
ever
know.
happens.
I wasn't even mad, really, because I'm not used to Pacheco making mistakes. So I was kind of in shock when that happened.
Yeah, it was,
And I was slightly concerned, but I had the feeling, I texted you and many people after the first half and just knew Chiefs were going to have a fun second half. Turns out we had a fun second half and a fun overtime.
we're going yard with this one.
Yeah,
It came out at half, and it's like, all right, got my Usher bops in. I'm feeling good. It was like the most Atlanta-ian show ever.
right.
They even roller skated during this thing. Sick. Let's get down in Buckhead at Sparkle with Usher on adult night, Thursday nights. Come on down. See it.
Bring your Mountain Dew. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm
Bring your
drinking some,
zero sugar Mountain Dew.
I'm drinking some
Unofficial
liquid ID
sponsor.
right now.
But we come out second half, and you're like, wow, this is total dog shit.
Right. Didn't we
The
go
first
three
four plays
outs?
couldn't have been anything worse
Yeah.
than an interception. It was like,
Oh, it wasn't a three out. It was an interception. Oh my God, I forgot about
I
that.
think he was trying to throw to maybe Kelsey, just overthrew him, and Kelsey kind of laid off. I don't know. It got lost in the fray. But at halftime, it was sort of bizarre because it felt like we got our ass kind of handed to us. And the only thing that separated us really was a trick play where, is the play where, like, flea flicker thing.
Yep.
I don't remember who was the receiver on that one.
I thought they either threw it. Like,
Did it go to
side
Debo? Did
screen, and
Debo
then they-
Samuels make the throwback to Christian McCaffrey? I don't know who made the
I think
throwback.
so.
Yeah, it looked like we were going to fuck him up for a second, and he makes a throw, and it's like, oh, shit.
There's a wide receiver. I can't remember his name, but he used to be a quarterback in high school, supposedly, and he threw it back to C-Mac, and he completely burnt everyone to the
Yeah. Yeah,
end
a
zone.
lot
That
of
one
shit.
hurt. That one hurt.
I didn't think about it in real time, but I went online and people were like, dude, the center was like 10 yards down the field when the ball was in the air. What's going on here?
So they had a legal player downfield. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I did read up on that. I saw a post about that because this is what happens after every big game. Everyone's going to hone in on 5 plays or less and say that's why they didn't win, which, you could make the argument that there's always 5
could or couldn't.
plays.
I think a lot of people don't actually know. People are always bitching about holding.
Holding, yes. A lot of that.
The thing is, there's different legal ways that you can defend players, especially if they're doing a rip move. If you're doing a rip move, I think the general public needs to know this. If you're doing a rip move, there are legal ways to defend that look like holding if you don't know anything about the rules. I think that holds true for a spin move. I mean, I'm not a rule book guy, but I do know that if there's a rip move, you can move your arm out and kind of get in the way of them. It's a completely different set of rules. Like each defensive move has a set of what's legal there. And I think people just see, oh, he's holding him. I was like, well, he did a rip move. So the rules are kind of different on that move than just a regular move. So I'm not saying there isn't holding. There's holding every play, but
we got to go through together and watch the mic'd up version because there's a lot of good stages in that that I've already seen of Kelsey blocking Charvarius, I think.
Charvarius Ward.
Yeah, and he's like,
It's
he's
holding.
yelling.
It's holding.
Yeah,
it's holding. It's like, oh, you like it over there on that side. Why don't you stay over there on that side? It's so much better.
So great.
Kelsey is like a recess type player. He seems to just lose his shit. Like it's recess. Yeah.
He's gonna get detention. He's gonna shove the lunch lady that's watching over the kids, which is Andy Reid.
He's over there bouncing around like a bowling ball, like, "Oh, let me back in this game." The whole
Andy Reid's the
like,
lunch
"Oh my
lady.
God, he's gonna be a Taylor abuser."
That's
He didn't mean to shove him. He shouldn't have done that.
oh yeah, whatever. That was so blown out of proportion. He knows he can be that passionate around Andy Reid. That's all that. It's a relationship thing.
Yeah, 12 years.
Yeah.
12 fucking years I've known.
But yeah, that's. I don't know if it was the same at everyone else's school, but it always seemed the lunch ladies. The lunch ladies were the ones that watch everyone eating lunch, and were the prison guards, and then they take you out to recess and make sure they're the prison guards there too. So
line up.
So yeah,
I don't
Travis
know what you did
Kelce
in this, but we played football every single day.
Yeah,
for K through 8th every day.
We had guys breaking their arms and shit out.
Dude, I remember I laid out one time for a football back over my head, caught the motherfucker. It was on my birthday too, so it was the greatest thing ever because I caught this thing and my head just like bounced off the cement like a watermelon. There must have been a fist-sized knot on the back of my head. I go to the nurse. This was before concussions. She's like, "You'll be all right." I was like, "Well, I'm having an open gym tonight for my birthday party. Is it cool if I go to that?" I ended up wearing a helmet to my party that night. Scored the tutty, though. No
go to the school nurse. She just gives you Sprite and crackers.
Yeah. Our school nurse was
this
not.
will help that knot on your head. And in case you have a stomach ache, that will help that too. Thanks, lady.
Yeah, it looked like you might get tortured in our nurse's office. It wasn't quite even an office. It was like a hole, like a janitor's closet with a bed in it.
Yeah, like a mini fridge.
No windows.
Had a mini fridge. My heart did.
Just smelled like shit in there.
Oh,
yeah, Mrs. Olivas, not much she was going to be doing. Like, oh, all right, you're alive? Okay.
But that's our first tangential of the day. Tangent.
Yeah, let's get back to the game. I wish we could watch game film of I thought the players of the game defensively, there's 3 of them for me. Leo Chanel, unreal game. McDuffie, number 2. And I'm going to do a wild card and do Mike Pennell, dude. Did you see him just absolutely railroading Trent Williams? I mean, play after play after play. It was insane. I was like, why is this guy not starting? Why was this guy a free agent in October?
He's huge. I didn't even recognize who he was.
Object, dude.
I didn't even recognize who he was. And I said, that's a big dude out there. And he's literally
when other NFL-sized linemen look like midgets next to him. He's a motherfucking beast. And then you watch his highlights. I recommend, if you hadn't seen the Mike Pennell highlights, get online immediately. Go watch these things. It's like watching a bull. I mean, just bulls Trent Williams. Trent Williams is one of the best in the league. He pancakes him, then makes the tackle for a loss.
McDuffie did a good job at blocking him too on a couple plays, blocking Trent Williams.
Yeah.
I remember there's one highlight of McDuffie actually making Williams pretty much fall over, and then we were able to get a few more yards. So yeah, it seems like they had the 49ers number when it came to that. But heads off to Felix for his huge tackle for loss against C-Mac.
Oh, King.
That was great.
Let's go.
It's almost like they unblocked him, but then
Even
took a
gave a
little
shout out
bit
to
of
the Wildcats in the Super Bowl. Well, I
right.
don't know if it was to the Wildcats. It's like, oh, from Big 12 championships to Super Bowl champions. Come on now.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. Yeah,
uh,
Felix is hopefully not hopefully, but I imagine that's going to be one of many good tackles that he will have in his Kansas City career. So looking forward to that.
dude,
Uh,
he looked fantastic. Quick off the ball. He looks, and in college, he looked huge. And in the NFL, he looks like he's in shape for D line. So
right.
he's rotating with Pennell. I mean, Pennell took the majority of the snaps. Felix
There was
only,
one that Pennell and I think the tackle he had though, Pennell was in, wasn't he? It was Pennell and Felix that basically.
yeah,
I think Pennell rolled over on McCaffrey after Felix got him. So
yeah,
just to squash him a little bit more with
yeah. You immediately
300 pounds.
texted me like, "Let's go!" I got my Felix jersey on, dude.
Yeah, I wore
I'm
my Felix jersey.
Felix. I am feeling Felix, dude.
It's great.
He's gonna get a lot of snaps. He earned himself some snaps next year.
It's great.
Only played 7 in the Super Bowl, which after the game I was like, how many did you? As the game's going on, it's hard to count because you can't always tell personnel, especially from the shitty angles they give you. I was wondering after the games, you watch like game films, like Kurt Warner, Chase Daniel does game studies after the game, and they're always like awesome pan away. Like, where are you getting this footage? Like, why can't I watch the game like this? I have to watch this shit dick whatever they put on national TV. You can't even sometimes you can't even see what coverage they're in because you can't see the safety. It's like, what are they running?
Yeah.
Are they in 2? Are they in 1? Are they cover 0? Weird cover zeros?
I wonder if they have that as an option for Sunday ticket or something really expensive that maybe we haven't explored before.
I'm sure there's maybe something, but it's just impressive to me how they're getting their hands on this game film from the Vantage. I mean, you're talking about far up, not lengthways, like you're watching behind the offense, which is my favorite way to watch, even defensively if they're coming at me, you know. Basically Madden view, you know. Can we watch Madden view football? That'd be great.
I'll tell you what, because the defense of the Kansas City Chiefs, that was Turkey was like the
49ers. 10 points for Grant on that one. No. There's one for you, buzzards. John Madden just calling up.
What was it? The annexation of Puerto Rico.
The annexation of Puerto Rico.
Came up on the Little Giants.
Yeah, they put so the guys at the morgue could identify the bodies. That little piece of shit. He's got like foam wrapped all around him. What are you putting those in your mouth? They put like some kind of seltzer in their mouth.
Alka-Seltzers. A great movie. I'm gonna have to watch that.
Leo Chanel. Back to what we were talking about.
Yes.
Leo Chanel, fire. He can do it all. He'll be back next year. Trent McDuffie, we already said, and we said it. We talked about him every week because he's sick. I mean, Snead's sick too. We'll get to whether Snead might be back or not. Same with Chris Jones. Chris Jones played well too. I mean, but his highlights, he went unblocked. McDuffie's breakups, unreal. And I think the difference between McDuffie and a lot of other corners is that when he's running with his man, he always somehow seems to get his head around. He's always looking for the ball, which is bizarre because he hasn't had a single interception this year. And he's an all-pro. Like, it doesn't really matter. The breakups that he has, like textbook. The one in the end zone saved a touchdown. There was one play where he basically ran someone's route for them.
That's-
That's the route you're running. Let me show you how to run this route. Mine. Jeez.
That's sick. Honestly, I was impressed with Butker too. He obviously
Nails, dude. 57-yarder. Dude, just nom-nomming the souls once again. Underdog coming in. Oh, you got the Super Bowl record? No, you don't. I got the Super Bowl record.
Well, who was I don't know 49ers kicker, forgive me, but he made a record long for
55.
a Super Bowl, I think.
Yeah, it was a 55-yarder. He
Butker-
held the record. The kid from Michigan. Don't know his name either because I'm a loser. And then Butker's like, nah, we're the Chiefs. We're going to go ahead.
I'm going to take this record
Give
off
my
your plate
record
now.
back. Give me my record, please.
You've had your record for 3 minutes of gameplay.
Oh, Leo Chanel was the guy on the blocked extra point, too.
Yes.
Which, it was a low kick, but, dude, we don't make that play. There is no overtime.
Right. Yeah, that was a huge. I
That's
felt like that would be the difference.
That's just what I'm saying. Like, someone would gas up and immediately someone would stifle it. Like, touchdown, you take the lead. Oh, block, you know.
It was exciting. It was
then,
definitely stressful.
Then when we get traction after we take the lead after the muffed punt, you know, freak accident, score a touchdown, you're like, all right, I'm feeling momentum. Dude, they came right down the field.
Mm-hmm.
Literally minced us on that drive. It's like, dude, what is happening?
Purdy played well. I mean, I don't think he could have played any better to win them.
No, fitted in holes, didn't put it in harm's way. He probably could have done more with his legs, but again, you know, he's a rookie. Right? I mean, pseudo rookie. Second year.
Special teams won the game. Blocked punt, field goals made by Butker.
And the recovery.
That was muffed with the recovery. Special teams literally won us the Super Bowl this year, in my mind.
Yes. And one of the most and a masterpiece final drive, dude.
And of course our quarterback.
And Tom and Jerry there at the end to just go ahead and pull the old condom off and inseminate this thing.
Yeah. Oh man, that play, Nicole just wide open. That just watching that, and I felt like it was in slow motion, and my heart stopped, and I'm just thinking, catch the fucking ball.
There was another one of those. Bosa had been biting all day, been playing run, and he's down in the end zone like that, so he bit hard on that, which is the design. I don't know, just such a simple play concept that seems to just work. It's like a motion juke back out.
It works. It's been working 100% of the time, every time in a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Shout out to Paul Rudd, dude, showing up to the Super Bowl as well.
Yes.
In the locker room, giving hugs to the guys like he's on the team. Like, oh, I know you love the Chiefs. You're not on the team, but
oh, I don't have.
Now, if I was Paul Rudd, fuck, you know I'd be back there like, fuck yeah. But that drive was insane. The 4th and 1, the designed run there with Patrick Mahomes. And then the next play, it was a short play to Pacheco to the sideline, then another pass play. Almost got him, so it's like 3rd and 2. Then you have the drop back play where they're in. Can't remember if they're in zero or I think they're in cover. They're in cover 2 man where Patrick Mahomes just takes off up the middle for 19 yards. I can't. And then the play to Kelsey gets us down inside. What I couldn't figure out is like time was expiring and no one seemed to be worried about that. I think we scored with 3 seconds left to go with 2 timeouts. Like, why is no one worried about time?
I'm confused by that rule because supposedly we would have been fine. We just go into second
End of the
overtime.
quarter. Oh, second quarter.
Yeah, it was a little weird how the rules are. I need to read up on those, but something weird about even if they ran out of time, they just go in the second overtime. Didn't matter. I don't know.
Oh, because we weren't finished with our possession.
Right.
We're not done yet. That's why when they chose the ball, and the whole world, I think, is in agreement with this. I was thinking in my head, like, what are you guys, idiots? You want the ball first? Your fourth downs become so much more valuable when you have the power of knowing. Unless your mentality is, we're playing 4-down ball, we don't care. If I was the 49ers, a part of me would have gone for it down it low instead of kicking the field goal in the overtime. So it's like, well, you're going to give pseudo Brady the ball back to just slowly. I mean, that drive was just like, stick. Ooh, how's that feeling? Is that feeling? Is that feeling good?
The 4th-and-1 play was amazing. I thought
That's when the turn started.
the
Designed to
4th-and-1
run.
play with the handoff that Bosa bit on, and Bosa was tackling the runner while Mahomes just sneaks it for 20 yards.
It was like a triple option play. It's like, I could hand it, no, not do it. Bosa bit, no, then he rolls out. Then he has, I think, Kelsey and Rice over there with an option to throw it if he wants, and then the lane opens up. He's like, I'm going to get my 9 yards here and live to fight on.
Yeah, that was great. 4th-and-1, literally a Super Bowl on the line. We ran that. I just was
clutch, dude.
I was definitely freaking out.
Dude, I was picking my nails. I was picking my hands like, come on, baby. Let's show them what time it is. And then that dance around in the back where he finally takes off up the middle for 19 yards. And who's the linebacker that just overran it?
Sure.
Let me see if I can see the play.
Total yards. Yeah, it was just neck and neck. I'm just looking at all the stats. Two turnovers each. Wow. Yeah, that's third down efficiency.
Yeah, Fred Warner. There's like different stats that you hear about, and you're like, it seems contradictory to what you watched.
Right.
Like when I say to you that McCaffrey had under 3.5 yards a carry, that doesn't even seem correct. Like, I guess that's the evidence. I don't what is it? Deebo Samuels and who's the other guys? Their passing yards were like well under.
This is an insane stat. So according to Sportico, they got a whole bunch of Mahomes GOAT resume. 78% Mahomes. That's Mahomes' NFL winning percentage in the regular season and playoffs combined. 78%, which is the highest of any quarterback to start at least 100 games. The Chiefs are 89-25 with Mahomes at the helm, losing just 4 of those 114 games by more than one score. Brady retired with a 75% win rate.
Yeah. And Mahomes is
young.
I heard something the other day my buddy sent me. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
And then that's incredible.
Maybe 10 years of searching here. And
I
this one.
thought, why did I think Brady had 6 Super Bowls? He has 5. Or
Brady
am I
has
thinking
7.
what?
Brady has 7 Super Bowls.
Wins?
Yeah. He has 7 rings.
Why is it saying that he only has 5 on this? This seems kind of MVPs. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Here's what I was looking for. Since 2001, there have been 125 drives in the NFL postseason where it was at least the fourth quarter, there was under a minute left to play, and the team on offense trailed by 7 points or fewer at the start. These are your standard clutch moments for a football team, the do or die drives that will win and lose critical games. Out of those 125 drives, only 40% of them saw the team on offense pull off the magic trick and get the points they needed. Some quarterbacks are pretty good at it, such as Tom Brady, who went 5 for 11, 46%, or Drew Brees, who went 3 for 6, or 50%. Only Patrick Mahomes, though, is 7 for 7. Perfect in those situations.
That's incredible.
Like basically like all the do or die drives that you must have.
That's incredible.
You know, it's not incredible. The parade.
Oh yeah, that was not incredible. Good God. That's off to honestly the citizens that tackled one of the shooters. I saw a video of that.
Yeah, I did see a video. That was incredible.
And our law enforcement. I mean,
felt
we
like
had
it
about
could have been a lot worse. If
law enforcement is running in and seem to live in a day and age where, there's a lot of hatred towards the guys that wear blue, but I'm glad they were there because it seems like they handled it the best they could.
Dude, it felt like, felt like they handled the situation great.
Yeah.
As good as you could. I mean,
unfortunately, a lot of the victims were kids that were injured. So
just insane, dude. What's wrong?
Prayers and thoughts go out to the families and everyone affected. I mean, even the people that weren't shot, even the people that were present, even the people that weren't really even near the incident, that's still a pretty scary moment. You can't even go celebrate your team without that shit going down.
Yeah, I mean, you hear from people who are there. Joe Daggs was there, my brother-in-law, and he was just saying, it was like, it's chaos. You don't know what's going on, where the bullets are, where to run to, where to run from. It's just nuts that you have to go to these things and peek over your shoulder. I'll be in movies sometimes thinking about, all right, what if someone comes in here and just starts opening up? What's my play here? The fact that I think about that at all is just like, dude, what are we going to do?
I haven't been to a movie since.
The other thing before that all happened, and the reason when I said, what wasn't good, I was kind of chuckling. I wasn't chuckling at the shooting. I was chuckling because it's just like, well, but it's like, dude, I just don't understand why we gotta. Like, the parade would be great. It would be really great. But, like, you have these guys who are superheroes to kids just getting tanked. It's absolutely fucking wasted and then making an asshat out of themselves.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
I mean, I get it. I mean, I like, I used to like to party a lot. I get it. But it's like, you're a public figure, dude. There's, like, 7-year-old kids watching you, and you're, like, hot breathing on the mic. It's just like none of this is any substance. And
Yeah,
then you
it's
got
like-
a shooting to polish it off. It's like, dude, let's just forget about it. Let's forget about it, man. That
That's why I
was
don't watch it. I don't watch it anymore after watching it the first 2 times, which sounds very pompous as a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Just
I mean, the first time
I'm watching people get drunk.
every time, yeah, every time you watch it, you're like, what are these people doing? The first year was like, I was almost embarrassed. I was like, all right, so we got lit as fuck. Some guy fell out of a tree and lost his pants. I don't even, his speeches are just like people garbling on the microphone.
like morons.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't take speech 101, did you, at Cincinnati?
No. No, you didn't. Anyway, I mean, I get people want to
Don't get me wrong. I love the Kelsey brothers, but that's like their lineage to just be asshats at Super Bowl
I mean,
parade.
I feel like it rides harder in Philly to do shit like that when he got that you get up on and gave the legendary speech. It's just great. I guess people in Philly feel it. I mean, if you're there and drunk, you're probably like, oh, yeah, but it's just like, dude, you got grandmas watching this during the daytime news show at home,
Yeah, we're gonna fucking run it back, fucking bitches.
This ain't nothing here. This ain't time. As last it was just. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
I'm done with the parade.
I'd be
I
the
won't
most
go next year if they have one.
Moving on to Corn Dog Tom and Jerry. That was let you recite that, but just
so
even
the play
the
to win
corn
the
dog.
game, play to win the game last year. Pat Mahomes was described. Well, we just run a little dig. We call it corn dog, and that's just where he motions out, motions back real quick, and I just him. He's wide open. This year, they released the mic'd up, and he's like, "Let's go! Here we go! Let's go!" I don't remember what it is. Shuttle right, Tom and Jerry.
Zelda.
Yeah, shuttle right, Tom and Jerry. So
Yeah.
pretty sure they called it Tom and Jerry this year, but it was corn dog, the same play. And everyone's like, Reed, you're a genius. It's like, can we see something new, dude? Can you address some new ways? Why are we just gonna win the same old way?
Run it every Super Bowl, just with a different name. Let's do it.
I would like to point out, there was a point in the game where I was absolutely furious with Andy Reid. We got down inside the goal line. So this was the possession before I think we got 3 and gave him the ball back. And if they were driving towards the end, if we didn't get the ball back, that was going to be fucking ball game. They were down inside the 2-minute and couldn't get it. And so we got a chance to come back and tie the game up. But Andy Reid called the run play on the first play, but it was from the shotgun. And then he called a pass play and didn't get it. And we ended up scoring from like the 4-yard line. Do you remember this drive?
I feel like every drive for a while I thought we were running.
It's like we don't score the touchdown. We couldn't finish down there. And you're like, Andy Reid, what are you doing, dude? Here's what we do. Double tight. Full back in. Load up. I want everybody in the stands to know in their soul what's happening here. And I want it to be on torn UCL Allegretti to get this done, okay? He is going to be the hero tonight. He's going to maul us into the end zone. Instead, he pulls this bullshit like, dude, what was that? You almost fucked us, Sandy, to be real. Thank God you got Tom and Jerry up your sleeve, but, we almost didn't make it to that. You almost fucked me.
The way he described the play, Tom and Jerry, that's ketchup and mustard. That won us the game.
Yeah. Ended up working. Single direction play. Ended up working.
I feel like Andy Reid just took an entire menu from
Waffle
dine-in, a diner, like a walk up burger stand. He
Denny's.
just took the whole menu and he's just incorporated that in this entire playbook. Chili cheese dog.
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
All right, fish sticks on 2. Let's go.
Triple thick milkshake. Up the gut. Let's go.
Oh, too bad. Yeah. We could throw in some Winstead references. A Kansas City classic diner. I don't think he probably had ever been.
Oh, that would be great.
Have you been to a Winstead's? They have those in Wichita?
I haven't. They don't have them in Wichita, but I've been to Winstead's. It's pretty much like a Freddy's.
A skyscraper where they like give you literally a boss of it's a boss of like milkshake with like 8 straws in
it. Kansas City food scene.
Give me the milkshake, boss, please. Like a gallon of milkshake with 8 straws in it. That's fun. Their onion rings go hard too. Yeah, it's called the skyscraper.
I'll have to check that out next time I go to
the real ones know. What?
I have to check that out next time I go to a Winstead.
Yeah. Order a skyscraper for yourself.
I need to go to, God, what was it? Fuck. It's going to piss me off. It's a burger stand. There's like 2 of them. Town Topic. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah. Yep. Off Johnson Drive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there used to be one off Johnson Drive. I think the other one's off. I know it's downtown near Manny's, down the way a bit.
Yep.
It's been a minute since I've been in the city.
The Crossroads.
Yeah, it's definitely in the Crossroads, which has really come up since I've left. Like, in fact, the Chiefs winning football, I think, has really boosted the economy in town.
My brother-in-law and sister had that apartment at Crossroads, so it is a cool area. Mildred's was the coffee shop. They have really good breakfast sandwiches. But anyways, they don't sponsor us, so I don't get to talk about any of these fucking places.
Yeah, fuck Mildred's. Hot Topic, who are they?
Hot Topic. Let's go to Hot Topic.
Hot Topic. Let's go to Spencer's Gifts.
We get sponsored by Spencer's and Hot Topic.
That'd be so lit if we got a sponsorship from Spencer's Gifts. Spencer's is that store you don't really want to go into, but once you get in there, you're like, damn, it's kind of sick, dude.
That was the store to go into. That was the store you weren't supposed to go into in the mall.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's like a labyrinth where they slowly sequester you off to the back wall of lingerie and like whips and chains, and you're like 12 years old. And you're like, what's this? It's like gags.
But let's tangent our way into the topic I wanted to kind of review today. How has social media impacted the hate on Pat Mahomes versus Tom Brady? I think it's been unfair. And here's my argument. Tom Brady won his first 3 Super Bowls in 2001. I think it was 2004 and 5-ish.
Was his first Super Bowl?
First 3. One was in 2000. We'll just look. But either way, so
was it against the Rams? Was that his first one?
I think so. Let's look. Tom Brady's.
Yeah, I remember it because there was like a massive ice storm in Kansas City, and we didn't have power for like 6 weeks.
2002, 2004, 2005. Okay. So those were the years of his first 3 Super Bowls. Did you know anything, even though we were younger, did you know anything about Tom Brady really outside of he was a quarterback?
No.
The Patriots.
Back then, it was the greatest show on turf. It was all about Marshall Faulk,
right?
Isaac Bruce, Kurt Warner,
right
over yonder across the state. Back when they had a show over there, and it's like, as a Chiefs fan, you're just thinking, like, when will this happen for us?
So keeping that in mind, so basically, Tom Brady won 3 Super Bowls up to 2005. Facebook didn't start until 2004, so let that sink in for a second.
Mm-hmm.
social media was non-existent for, let's just say, half of Tom Brady's career, or shouldn't say half, because I'm sure he won his other 3 later on when Instagram got popular and whatnot. But my theory is that social media has been almost a blessing and a curse for superstars, especially Pat Mahomes. When you think about it, he has no control over his little brother posting flamboyant dancing videos.
Funny how his little brother is his big brother in this case. Like, big brother's always watching.
Yeah. And it's just, oh man. So there's that. So let's walk through how much shit Pat Mahomes has dealt with because of social media. Jackson Mahomes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
His wife posting a video, I think, of Brittany. She's spraying champagne off the fans and hitting fans. Right. Mm-hmm. That got a lot of ridicule for that.
Yep.
Okay. His dad getting a DUI. Right.
Yep. Week before the soupy.
Right.
Couldn't have timed that one any better, could you, Pops?
Yeah. And then obviously his brother groping or trying to kiss a chick that was managing a bar in Kansas City. Whatever.
Yeah, story was just like atrocious, and it's just.
But
what is he to do? He's like, that's family business. It's my dad, it's my brother.
And Pat's Mahomes, he's getting shit about his voice, right? Kermit the Frog. So all of this stuff is brought about in social media. So that's what I want to point out here. Mm-hmm. So when we want to talk about who's the most hated, Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady, who's the GOAT, I think Tom Brady probably flew under the radar very well for a good amount of his career.
Oh, yeah. There were some tells, though. There were some tells about Tom Brady, and not to be judgmental or anything, but you look at him during their parade.
Yeah, yeah.
In the classic, he threw the Lombardi Trophy.
And I
from one boat to another in the bay, dude. Imagine if that thing fell into the ocean.
But the point I'm making isn't that, who's greater, Tom Brady or Pat Mahomes? I think Pat Mahomes has gotten an unfair shake from the NFL fan base and anyone outside of the NFL because of social media and honestly all the things that he can't really control.
Yeah. Are you talking about the GOAT in terms of actual play, or like the GOAT in terms of fame?
Or you have people that I've seen that, you see all the talkings on social media. Well, man, I kind of miss Tom Brady. Can't stand Pat Mahomes or his family. Can't stand all this shit going around. Social media has basically made fans hate the Chiefs more because everyone was rooting for the Chiefs in the first Super Bowl. All this shit started like kind of slowly after the first Super Bowl, and then people started kind of hating Pat Mahomes.
I think it's just when you win, people look to hate you.
Right.
It goes with the territory. That's why this Super Bowl means the most to me, because it's easy to become champion. It's hard to stay there. Right. And, this year we were the villains because no one wanted it. We knew no one wanted it. The team knew that. And still, we walked through Miami, the Bills, the Ravens. The hardest road to a Super Bowl, schedule-wise, length of game, we didn't have. I think we had the least amount of rest of any team. We had to play short weeks more times than any other team in the NFL this year, just because we're so prime time.
Right.
And that's the level of hatred, though. It's just like the cards are stacked against you because you're winning, and people don't like it. They're like, these Chiefs just don't go away. That's all I see. It's all I hear. It's either Pat Mahomes, the athlete, or Pat Mahomes' family. Like, what do I care about it?
It almost makes it worse with social media because all you see is Chiefs. Well, so I get that point.
That's all you're gonna see. Okay.
But at one point,
you keep buzzing around. We don't give a shit.
I wonder if social media will start causing these big time players to hang it up early because they just can't stand the bullshit. that comes out about. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, obviously, isn't phasing Mahomes too much. He's got
No,
Super Bowls.
Mahomes seems pretty locked into becoming something different.
I mean, but you saw the questions that were asked at the Super Bowl week before the game. Somebody asked him about his Kermit the Frog voice. My first reaction was, A, what a fucking moron to ask that question. B, how does this guy even have credentials as a reporter and is asking a question like that? It was incredible.
Good reporting.
Blown away.
Dude, but I think his voice adds to the mystique. I mean, it's very unique. Everything he does is unique. He comes onto the scene. He doesn't look like he moves like a regular quarterback, which he doesn't. He kind of runs weird. He has this weird, it's just not weird. It's a unique way of doing everything. When he's calling the huddle, he's got that, then he plays and he kind of runs on like, you can't even do it. No one can do it but him. And that's what's cool about him is that he leans into it. It's like, fuck it. I got a weird voice. Cool. So what? I'm doing just fine. Don't know if you noticed. I got a weird run. Cool. I'm doing just good. Just minced you for 19 yards in the Super Bowl. I can throw it over the mountains over there.
Yeah, this is probably more of a event session, but it's just little.
Yeah. I 100% am with you. Life is hard.
It's life is social hard. Media.
You could go as deep as to say life's harder for Britney. Life's probably a little bit tougher. I mean, people want to hate on Jackson Mahomes, but his life is a little bit
cameras
tougher.
Everywhere. There's cameras everywhere, right? Like everyone is a paparazzi today.
Yeah.
Everyone's a fucking paparazzi.
Well, everybody's also trying to jockey for social position.
Right.
Yeah.
People they're going to find something that makes them. We're not going to do that. We're not going to chop down athletes. We're only going to judge you maybe a little bit.
No, we'll make fun of you, but it's like bros talking. Like, we like you when we're talking shit. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not talking shit.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Social media basically is full of millions of amateur paparazzis that are out to just ruin your life and career. And, maybe they're doing a good job at it, but I don't think so.
I think they're stirring it. I think people just, it's like the whole Taylor Swift thing. I don't really believe that's a big issue, but people have taken a side in the aisle. It's like, all the people that don't want Taylor Swift are absolutely ridiculous. She's just a girl. Like, I don't really think people give a fuck, do they? You can't really give a fuck about that, can you?
Sometimes they've broken away to Taylor Swift when the play's still going. It kind of annoys the shit out of me. That's happened a couple times, but whatever. I don't lose any sleep over it. And quite honestly, the people that are complaining and say, I didn't even watch the Super Bowl because of Taylor Swift, don't worry, because you've been replaced by about 5 million women.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
This
no one gives a fuck that you're not
this
watching.
This broke the record for the most watched Super Bowl ever. So we're doing
no
just
one
fine.
Cares.
Just all the rigged stuff. It's really annoying to me. It's very disrespectful to anyone who's ever played a sport at any level. I mean, did you not play sports trying to get to the league?
Rigged the script. I love that. I love that people are buying into that.
You couldn't have scripted a block extra point.
And then you see some of the comments, people go, I can't believe no one understands this. Every game is scripted. That's all they do the entire week is practice every play.
Like, you wouldn't be saying that if your team won, my guy. Also, why are you on here telling us? Why does it matter? If you know that it's a rig, that's fine. What are you?
I'm sure that Harrison Butker record-long kick was scripted.
Yeah. All right, let's just script in a 57-yarder here, dude.
Fucking moron.
You guys got it. It's on the script.
But and then to the next segment, that isn't really a segment. are we blessed or cursed by overtime as Kansas City or K-State fans? I say blessed. Because we've actually had a lot of fun games.
And it won't say it again. Can they get any more entertaining? Just the minute when you think you've seen it all, you're like, what? Yes. Let's just watch some of the most legendary shit to ever take place on a football field. Let's just do that, I guess. And then find a new way to do it with the same plays. Corn dog.
Even if I wasn't a Chiefs fan, watching that game was just a perfect Super Bowl. There's been some lame Super Bowls.
People who were rooting against me, friendly friends who were like, "Oh, fuck the Chiefs, fuck you, Dan," and, in a friendly way.
Right.
After the game, like, man, that was a really good ass game. I'm like, it really was. That you were watching a heavyweight bout.
I mean, Angela, my girlfriend, in case buzzards don't know, she's a Broncos fan at heart, but she loves the Chiefs too, which doesn't make any sense, by the way. But she loved
that's girl math for you. That's a little girl math.
She was on her edge of her seat. She loved that game, and that just goes to tell you how great it was. I mean, she couldn't stop talking about it. How insane it was.
Over. He's a huge Miami fan. Of course, we hated each other during the Miami game, which we watched together. But he was all in on this game.
Right.
He was getting almost as stressed as I was.
Yeah,
and I get stressed. Yeah, I get
fourth
stressed.
And one. Fourth and one. My ass was tight.
I was like, "Here's the game."
Yeah, and I cooked a whole bunch of food. I smoked wings and God, what else did I make? But I didn't eat until after the game because I felt like I just couldn't eat. I couldn't stomach food at that moment because I was so locked in.
Yeah,
but my stomach was eating my asshole at one point for how hungry I was and stressed.
Yeah, it's almost felt like you were just like, what happened? I blacked out.
And then the adrenaline starts going down like a faucet, and you just get gradually exhausted.
Yeah,
after a game like that.
Yeah,
that happened at the Big 12 championship game when we beat TCU in overtime. By the way, that's another overtime win.
Mm-hmm.
Goal line stand. I was at that game and going insane, and I just remember my body physically couldn't really walk out of that stadium. I had to kind of take a moment and dig deep for some more
fucking
energy.
First aid over here.
Yeah, that shit was nuts.
We just won. I need some fucking first aid now.
So we are blessed. So 2 championships as K-State Chiefs fans. 2 championships overtime. Back-to-back years.
We're about to be blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings.
Coach Tang is 11-0 in overtime. K-State basketball. Overtime is our friend. Every time I see overtime now, I'm like, yes, let's fucking go,
dude. Toss James Avery Johnson's hat into the ring. Let's get some OT.
15.
I believe he would have won some OT for us this year, but
the average minutes per game, minutes per game for a K-State basketball fan is probably 50 now for how many overtime games we've had.
11
halves. 2 half games. We don't do that shit.
How have 11 games gone to overtime?
Oh, but it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Scripted.
Gotta be on the
scripted. It's part of the script.
No one talks about any other sports being scripted. No one talks about
NBA gets a lot of and honestly, NBA I can see the script bullshit or just referees having a lot more impact.
I mean, I understand you probably could slant the game, but like teams could get so good. And I do maybe believe since betting has come out in the NFL that referees slant the games a little bit, but if you're good enough, you just play past it. And I truly believe that juggernaut teams like the Chiefs and, Tom Brady just can play past this shit. Because you don't see them lose their head. They don't lose their cool. They just keep fucking playing. It's like I said, Alabama type wins. chugga, 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 chugga. You just
Well,
chug along, dude.
here's the interesting part about the Super Bowl: the over. I can't remember the total,
47
but
and a half.
yeah, the Chiefs not kicking their
Not kicking the
field
extra
goal.
point, so it was a bad beat because it was only
Fucked a lot of people, and I'm sorry about that. Whoever bet the over, that sucks. The big one.
Yeah, quit betting, you numbskulls. Let's keep the game.
You fucking
Let's sanctify
degenerates.
the game of football. No more money.
You degenerates. But
I'm just kidding. Never.
This segues really well into our final topic today of the K-State basketball update. Number hasn't changed. We just need 4 more wins, guys. 4 more wins.
4 more wins.
Protect the home court. We have TCU coming up this Saturday. I would say that's a must win. You got to win at home. Big 12, you got to protect home court. And then you go on the road on Monday and play Texas at Texas. You get that win, then it's going to be a whole different tune. 2 more wins.
2 more wins. Watch the countdown.
We actually need to start posting photos 4 more on our social media. But
4 more
that's
wins.
all I got. I think we're gonna get it. There's still 7 more games left. We're gonna be all right.
7. You can drop 3, boys. Just get your
drop the right ones.
Yeah.
You have 4 more. Let's see. How many home games? 1, 2, 3. You have 4 more home games.
Win all the homies.
Win home court. Maybe you drop one. You pull off a road win. Let's go. 4 more, baby. It's a little tight. This is going to kind of get down to nut cutting time, as my dad would say. So
yeah, it is. Just balling, just back and forth balling. I don't. I feel like K-State plays a little bit too transitional sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, dude, just slow down and get your 2 and get,
We seem to do a good job at hanging around. And honestly, this is a point I wanted to bring up. We hang around a lot of these losses and just, we're only winning by 1 or 2 or losing by 1 or 2 possessions. There's about 3 games where could have gone either way.
Mm-hmm.
Three losses that could have gone either
in
way.
regulation. The other ones were overtimes, and you know what happened.
We got our asses kicked by Houston. We got our asses kicked by Oklahoma. I'm not going to make excuses for that one.
Yeah.
But the difference between this team or any team from here on out with Coach Tang is we're not Bruce ball anymore. Bruce Weber teams could not finish in the last 5 minutes. That was my harp. The entire
year
time
went to the was it the Elite 8 where it was in Atlanta? I went to that game. We played Loyola that year with Sister Mary Catherine or whatever her name was.
Push her down the stairs in her wheelchair. Get out of here.
The effort that the guys showed that game was abysmal. Dude, move. Someone's got to move. Are you running plays? Or it's literally come down, people post up and just be like, throw me the ball. Throw me the ball. No movement. No ball movement. No actual physical bodies moving. It's what's going on here?
That's the difference between Bruce and Tang. Tang draws up good plays.
Yeah, just inspire
the ball and bounce.
Even if the play doesn't come into fruition, you can't just stand there what? And work. Just throw me the ball in deep, I guess. Dude, move around. Work. You see me do me work.
Just like Deuce Vaughn in the Sugar Bowl. Get loose.
Get loose.
But that's all I got for today. I don't know if you have anything else, but
get loose.
Football season is sadly over, so now we just hope for
we talk about nothing for 7 months now.
more recruits to come in from K-State that we can just jerk off on, and the draft. That's pretty much
the draft. K-State golf and baseball.
and hope that none of our players are convicted of second-degree murder like LSU's running back.
He's the buzzard of the week.
Yes, that's an easy buzzard. Don't get get convicted of second-degree murder when you're on your way to go to the NFL, probably.
Well, Godspeed.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's been Outsiders.
Yeah. Thanks for joining today. We'll have this posted and we'll shoot some good clips and start tagging some more people. But we actually need to start tagging some players on some clips we're going to be putting out. But yeah, keep your eyes out.
Our editing game will come up. We might start paying somebody to edit.
We might start doing live podcasts for fun. So just get ready.
So one follower out there, anybody that edits, we could probably pay him $5.
We need short clips, so bring it on. We're waiting.
If not,
you just gotta do an interview with us live with a whole bunch of people joining the interview. And then that will seal the deal for if you're hired or not.
All right. Well,
all right.
It's been a pleasure
hanging out.
Congratulations on the Super Bowl win. Let's go get 4 more. And let's start looking ahead. Springtime ball.
That's
Avery
right.
Johnson. I'm just so stoked for Avery Johnson. So with that, I bid you adieu.
4 more.
Count them.
4 more Cats fans.
Count
Here we
down.
go. Talk to you
Count
next
them on
week.
my fat little fingers. 4.
Talk to you buzzards next week. We
That's
love
all
you.
we need.
Go kill it at work. Bye.
Bye.